2 years after this movie came out, and I still haven't eaten a chimichanga. What are those anyway?
Preview.
Deadpool is directed by Tim Miller from a screenplay by Reese and Paul Wernick. The film stars Ryan Reynolds in the title role of Morena Baccarin and Skrein teaching Gina, Carano, Leslie Uggams, him and Colin and Brianna Hildebrand in supporting roles. Now for what about story? My first experience with the character of Deadpool was with the 2006 video game Marvel's Alliance, where he was a optional playable character. Then in 2009, I went to the theater with my parents and saw the It's been Origins Wolverine movie. Which was the first attempt at bringing Deadpool to the screen in, like, Gambit, and that film was a disaster. Weirdly enough, Ryan Reynolds also played Wade Wilson. In a weird bit of irony, Deadpool in an issue of Cable and Deadpool from, like, I think the early 2000s, 90s, early 2000s, he actually mentions Reynolds by name in a panel. Ryan Reynolds was good as Wade Wilson in that 2009 movie. Notice I said Wade Wilson because they did this crap afterwards. They freaking sewed his mouth shut. The Merc with the mouth. Deadpool, the Merc with the mouth, had his mouth sewed shut in that stupid X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. Let's move on before this turns into X-Men Origins Wolverine review, which I'm probably going to do down the road. Yeah, let's move on. Thank God for this film, because Deadpool is not just another superhero film. It's a game changer for films entirely. It's a genre breaker. It's a comedy, an action film, a romance film, a Kill Bill style revenge film, and a comic book film, and it blends those genres together so nicely while incorporating Deadpool's trademark breaking the fourth wall, and it gives a commentary on the modern superhero genre and poking fun at other films and Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is such a good sport, and interestingly enough, while doing research for this movie, I discovered some very interesting behind the scenes information. According to the writers, 9 pages of the original 111-page script were cut due to 20th Century Fox cutting the movie's budget 2 days after the film was greenlit, which affected the use of guns and they had to cut a motorcycle chase sequence out of the film, which I rewatched this film a couple weeks ago, and after learning of that information, Deadpool is another prime example of having the look and budget of a C movie like Crank 2, Ghost Rider 2, Sharknado, those WWE co-production movies, the Morena films, I believe they're called, the Morena series of films, the redone remake with Chris Hildebrand, which I saw that, it was terrible. But having the right people behind it made it an A-level caliber movie, and that's the thing. This movie is flawless. I cannot find a single flaw. There are minor nitbits, of course, which I will cover in my positive and negatives, which is right now. And of course, this is a spoiler review. Of course, this film is over 2 years old. Let's talk about the script. The crown jewel of this film, if you want. It's perfectly balanced between the humor, drama, action, and romance. Most romance subplots in superhero films feel forced. Black Widow and Hulk, for an example. But the way the script is written, the characters of Wade and Vanessa played by Morena Baccarin, it feels between the writing and the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Morena Baccarin feels organic, and Vanessa is no damsel in distress, I can tell you that much. She can hold her own. Let's talk about the comic book detail. I mean, the attention to detail in this film is extraordinary. Now not many people know this about me. They just don't. But the X-Men got me. The X-Men comics, the X-Men films, they got me into the superhero anime. You're probably asking yourself, what does this have to do with the Deadpool movie? Well, in the original X-Men film trilogy, the Bryan Singer trilogy, well, Bryan Singer and Brett Ratner. I hate Brett Ratner. They took some comic book liberties with the comic books, and one in particular has always kind of irked me. No, not Frankenpool. You see, in the comic books, Peter Rasputin Colossus is Russian, and in the original trilogy they cut out everything Russian, even the accent, for reasons. But director Tim Miller, he drastically changed the character from his previous film appearances, which, thank God for small miracles, where he was in the original trilogy, he was portrayed by Daniel Cudmore, which, nice guy, but as Miller felt, that dude with the shiny skin was not Colossus. Tim Miller wanted the character to be, the comic Colossus, which, he's 7 feet tall and talks of it with a Russian accent. And in this film, with that attention to detail, this film won me over as the best adaptation of the X-Men comics I've seen in a long time. Because, look at this. Perfection. Absolute perfection. While I'm talking character, I'm gonna talk about a couple of other characters. First off, Brianna Hildebrand is Negasonic teenage warheads. TJ Miller as Wade Wilson's best friend Weasel. He doesn't have much to do, but guys, if you haven't seen it already, go watch the gag reel for the first film. It's amazing. It's just TJ Miller going on for 15 minutes. It's kind of cool. Leslie Uggams as Blind Al. She's also really good. As Blind Al, Deadpool's roommate. And she in Reynolds, like nobody cannot have chemistry with her. Reynolds, it's kind of perfect. There's this whole scene where they just argue over IKEA furniture for like 10 minutes. It's really, it's really spectacular. It's Skrein as the villain Ajax, and I'm not forgetting Gina Carano is just she really didn't have anything to do. She was just a hired muscle to agent. She was this secondary villain to Ed Skrein's primary villain. And I mean, again, agent doesn't have much to do with it. Basically choose the scenery, but oh my god, he redeemed himself in that final third act fight. And I read in an interview that Ed Skrein did his like 80% of his own stunts, which I give him serious respect for that, because it's not easy. But honest to goodness, it leads to one of the greatest third act fights ever in the history of superhero films, I think, at least. It's so freaking awesome. And that's my only problem with this movie is the villain's a little scenery chewy, but agent works for this story, and the story is stuff we've seen before time and time again, but that doesn't really like detract from this film, because this film like it shows what a smaller budget film and a first time director and relatively unknown writers except for Zombieland. These are the guys that wrote Zombieland can do, and it shows that superhero films don't have to be confined to the PG-13 rating. And if it wasn't for this film, we wouldn't have the awesomeness that is Hugh Jackman's final film as Wolverine Logan. So that being said, I am giving this film a 10 out of 10 or an A+. This film is very special to me. It was one of my dad's favorite superhero films, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, hit that subscribe button, and if you wanna see more, just go search. It's out there. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. And if you like this, you can click here and get complimented. Love you, man.